Comics are a communication medium that tells a story using tales represented in drawings with short pieces of text. The United States was the country that made the comics became popular for the massive reproduction. These representations were used like a strategy to attract new audiences to the newspapers, so the stories involving everyday habits of the American population. In this way, the stories of some popular superheroes were represented by comics, making them more popular. These icons, recognized for their comic books, TV series, video games, and movies, tell stories that were designed especially for teens that could be identified with the characters. Then, we can use them to study some social patterns of the American society. For example, Spider-Man and Batman are two American superheroes with some differences and similarities that allow us to compare and contrast them in terms of social class. In general terms, we can classify Spider-Man as a member of the working class for different reasons. First of all, we need to talk about the Peter's work. After the death of Uncle Ben, Peter gets a job as a photographer to be able to pay the debts that he and his Aunt Mary were inherited. So he did not receive inheritance from his parents, neither from his uncle, except the debts. As consequence, Peter does not have many goods, only his camera and his motorcycle, the things that he needs in order to do his work. In this way, Peter can satisfy his basic needs, such as food and housing, but he does not satisfy his tastes. For example, he could not buy the car that he wants because he did not have all the money. In terms of influence, Peter has not power in his school because he is part of the renegades. He has not popularity neither money. However, as a Spider-Man, he has influence on the Manhattan society because he is seen like a model and exemplary neighbor. Nonetheless, in terms of education, Peter gets a scholarship to study science in the university. Then he has a good academic level, and as a result, he uses a very good language. In the other side, Batman is classified as part of the honor class as a result of the heritage that he received. First of all, in terms of goods, the Bruce incomes are basically composed by what he inherited from his parents, a big mansion and the Wayne Industries. The Waynes were one of the wealthiest families in Gotham City, and as a consequence, Bruce has a lot of power because he is one of the owners of the enterprise. This is the most powerful company in the city, and then he has influence in Gotham City. In this way, he has a lot of money. Then he can satisfy all his needs and tastes, lives in a mansion, drives one of the most expensive cars, etc. Nevertheless, in the saga, the education level is not important. Bruce Wayne only studies in an ancient monastery and he does not have an academic degree. As a result, his vocabulary is not as formal and his manners are not good because he needs to appear like an average young in order to not raise suspicions. As a conclusion, we can say that the majority of the differences in terms of social class between Peter Parker, Spider Man, and Bruce Wayne, Batman, are the result of received or not a heritage. The goods that Bruce has are the same that he received from his parents, and the incomes that Peter has, or which that he does not have, are the fruit of his humble origin. Finally, the superheroes, as a reflection of the habits of the American society, are good examples to study the social classes in America.